Is it on the Black Desert official channel? Oh god, I'm about to eat, dude. Bro, is it really this bad? Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, yes sir. Look at the ratio. That's crazy. I haven't even watched it yet. I haven't even watched it yet. Oh god, bro. Oh god. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. Hardcore server basics in Black Desert Online. So apparently there are new mechanics that they didn't tell us about before that are ruining the game mode. This is gonna be fun.
I'm CMN Lave, and today I'll be giving you a quick guide to Black Desert's hardcore server.
We're gonna do the patch note rundown right after this, guys.
Content might differ from what some of you expect of a hardcore server, but once you jump in, we're sure you'll have a blast. Unlike the other servers of Black Desert, the hardcore server is only accessible for 2 hours per day. The server is centered around...
I'll be honest, I don't really care that it's only 2 hours a day. I think that's totally fine. No big deal. Like, no big deal. I do have gripes with it being called a hardcore server because it's not actually hardcore. Hardcore would imply if you die, you lose everything, which I don't think is really possible, like straight up in the BDO universe, but they could do like a variation of it, which would be kind of fun. Like Fake Uni's version, it's like Fake Uni's version is kind of it, but it's still way too much. I don't think that anyone... I think that there's maybe a few hundred people that would enjoy like Fake Uni's hardcore run, or maybe doing kind of like an Iron Man style version of that run. But like, as far as it being like practical from a monetization standpoint, I don't ever think that like the Fake Uni's version of hardcore is ever going to be played by like thousands of players. It's just not going to work. It's not going to make them money. I do think that like some version of BDO Classic, not like BDO Classic proper, like Silver Having Weight, all that stuff. Some version of kind of like a BDO Classic would probably have a fair amount of players. I think that players would probably enjoy starting over in the game as long as there were certain things that were allowed, you know. Like we didn't have to rebuy all our pets, tents, and whatnot. Like maybe you had to spend like $10 to participate in like the BDO Classic servers, but they gave you 4 tier 4 pets or something, and then they gave you like, I don't know, 5 maids, a tent, and a fairy. With all the skills, you know what I mean? Like I think that would probably be. I'd be okay with doing that and like starting over again. I think that'd be fine.
Around the Valencian desert. And
either way, this is just like basically Shadow Arena. This is like a PvP game mode.
And features exclusive characters, gear, and monsters. Depending on your playstyle, you can enjoy
that gear. Actually looks pretty cool.
The hardcore server in many different ways. First, you will need to create a dedicated character for the hardcore server. You can only create one character at a time, and the number of classes that are available is limited depending on the season. And
there's the L right there. This is the L that everybody's talking about. Everybody knows it. I mean, I even saw Choice talking about it today. Wait, where are you guys at? Oh, I'm sorry guys, I didn't have you guys open. I even saw Choice talking about this today. It's terrible. Only having 4 classes available basically limits it, and way less people are going to do it. And I just want to point out that's coming from a player whose class is on the list. Like he actually had like Berserker's on the list. He can play as Berserker, but like he understands, because Choice is smart. He understands the implication that literally like maybe 5% of PvPers and players are even going to get to participate in this because no one no one plays those classes, and you don't want to get... Who wants to learn a brand new class on an always on PvP strongly encouraged server for the very first time, and you're put against players that have been playing the game for 7 to 10 years? What the are we talking about? And the worst part is that these out-of-touch developers were like, it'll help new players because then they don't have to know what 28 classes do. No, that doesn't help new players at all. What a new player does know is how to play their class. And a lot of the reason that people play BDO is because they found a class that's sacred to them. Whether they're a Mystic main, or a Striker main, or a Warrior main, or even a Ranger main, or whatever, or a Deadeye main, that class is special to them, and they want to play that class on the hardcore server, even if it means playing against people that they don't know what their classes do, right? they at least know what their own class does. Now, instead, you're going to force people into a situation where they don't know what the other 4 classes do, and they don't know what their class does. They don't know what their class does either. And those other people have been playing for 7 or 8 years. It just doesn't make any sense, right? It just doesn't make any sense. Shy main? Why is everybody saying shy main? Well, shies don't deserve human rights anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Nobody cares about what they think.
The theme. This character has access to the server for 2 hours, and the 2 hours will reset 23 hours after you first set foot in the server. On the hardcore server, you will be level 63, have 3,000 skill points, and the freedom to choose between Succession or Awakening.
Okay.
However, you won't be able to use skill add-ons. The overall objective of the
Interesting, but okay, that's fine.
hardcore server is to accumulate as many survival and quest points within the 2 hours before making your escape. First, you'll earn quest points by completing hardcore server daily quests, which differ each day, and dying will not decrease these points.
Oh, good. You guys know your favorite part of every BDO content is doing daily chores. Who likes daily chores? Woo! We love daily chores. Yeah. Woo! Daily quests. What the f are we talking about? So the now okay, so here is the problem. Again, I don't know how you guys can't figure this out. Okay, your players hate doing chores. They hate being forced to play this. Here's the problem. If doing the daily quests gives you points, which clearly it does, right? That means that players are encouraged to basically do the hardcore server every single day. And if they miss 1 or 2 days, they just say, well, I can't keep up anymore. And then they just quit it and they don't do it altogether. That's stupid. That's terrible design. That's terrible design. Hardcore PvP server has daily PvE activities. Okay. Well, daily PvE activities would be fine. But like, again, giving people points for doing dailies means that they have to do the dailies every day, at least as a player. Again, I speak for like a lot of like the average players. What that does to my mental is I'm like, dude, if I miss even 1 day, I miss 2. Like, I stay motivated for like the first like week or 2. I'm like, okay, I'm staying on top of it. You miss like 1, 2, 3 days, boom, you're like too far behind. I can't keep up, right? Or maybe it's at a spot that's like way too contested or whatever. Like, I don't know, dude. Like the dailies are just a terrible idea. Like, like what are you doing? This game mode would be fine without any quests at all. No quests. And you just give people points for killing mobs and killing other players. It would be fine. Like, why you got to bring dailies into it? Now it's chores, bro. Agreed. TNL proves it. True. I don't like to compare the two necessarily, but part of what kills Throne of Liberty for a lot of players is that it feels like a daily chore grind, man. What is it? Lost Ark is another thing that daily chore grind, bro. Gotta log in, do my chores.
You can also receive quests randomly while fighting monsters on the hardcore server. These quests can be completed over multiple dates, and even if you don't complete them today, you'll still get a significant boost to your quest points in future playthroughs.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. Like they're like, oh, but if you don't complete them one day, they'll stack up so you can complete them the next day as well. No, TNL does this too. They allow you to miss like 2 or 3 days and your quests stack up over time, or your dungeon runs and whatever stack up over time. It just, it compiles into a point where like, I don't want to do 70 contracts at the same time. I just don't. Okay, I just don't want to do that. Like, that's stupid. And like, even if the quest can be completed over multiple days, you're still obligated to do the quests. And if you miss them, you're cooked. You're behind players that did the quests. It's cooked, man.
Then there are survival points, which you earn by killing monsters and other adventurers. However, be careful, because you will lose 30% of the points upon death. Monsters with higher requirements are worth more points, and you can take points away from other adventurers by killing them in the hardcore server. Remember, when you kill an adventurer with less than 20% of your survival points, a minus 30% penalty is applied to your survival points. A minus 30% penalty is applied.
Oh my god. Honestly, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up, bro. Like, they just find the L. No matter what they do or how they do it, they've got to come up with some way to completely ruin it for everyone else. The hardcore server is actually well designed. I know that players don't necessarily like me saying that. It's really, really well designed, I think, as far as like a fun game mode that actually a lot of players could potentially enjoy. The first L that they took, and this is the big one, was only allowing 4 classes. That's immediately you're going to limit the amount of players on the server to 5%, maybe. Maybe 5% of your players will now play it compared to the 100%. If 100% of players would have played it before, now only 5% are playing it, if that makes sense. This is even worse because we're at 208, chat, remember that. The hardcore server is a PvP exclusive server. Upon creation of your character, engage in unrestrained, glorious combat with others. But not if they're terrible, though. Like, dude, you literally have a warning. Like, dude, if a player participates in the hardcore server and they're getting their ass beat, like, I just don't understand. You're gonna punish another player for killing that player? It doesn't make any sense. This is like adding karma to your hardcore servers. Isn't it called a hardcore server? Or isn't this the whole point of this is PvP? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's supposed to be unrestrained PvP. This doesn't sound like unrestrained PvP. This sounds like don't bully the new players that are just trying to innocently grind. And they have a lot less points than you. And you killed them. So you deserve a you, man. Bro, it's like that on the normal servers for good reason. That's fine. That is good. The karma system is good on the, well, not anymore, but like the idea behind the karma system was a good one to prevent a really strong player from just dumpstering a player that doesn't have enough gear, right? Or is relatively new to the game. Karma as a concept is a good idea for the main servers. On hardcore servers, to introduce something like this discourages PvP on a, quote, unrestrained glorious combat server. What are we talking about? There is no, like, here's the thing. If you're not behind in gear. You have the same gear as everyone else for the most part. From my understanding. At least that's what they said. You can grind for a little bit of gear, but it's not going to matter too much. Maybe they're going to change that too. Maybe they changed that too. Who fucking knows? Who knows? You know what? Let them cook. I feel like I've touched home on this, but this is terrible. This is horrible for the hardcore servers. You should not be penalizing people for killing other players. It's like, here's the thing. Eventually, this game mode is going to get to a point where, like, there's only like 10 people doing it, and 2 of them you can't even attack or you get punished on an unrestrained PvP server. What? That would be like, this is like getting a karma penalty on Arsha if you kill a player that is greater than 100 gear score than you, right? Like difference than you, right? Like think about that for a second. If you guys were on Arsha, would you like that? Do you think that that would be fair? If you are on Arsha and a player gaps you by over 100 gear score, they actually still take a gear score, or they actually still take a karma penalty, even though they're on the unrestrained PvP server. No, that wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fun. The whole point of Arsha is it's a lawless PvP zone. Just let people kill people. This isn't that hard. And if players are really struggling and they're dying to another player, just go to another monster zone. Like, oh, we don't want them to bully the new players. I'm going to get bullied. Bro, I'm going to spawn into this and it's going to be like I'm sitting on a casting couch. Like all of the PvPers that have been playing for 8 years that hate Blue Squadron are going to be like, we're not stream sniping. Don't worry about it, Blue. But they're suddenly mysteriously going to know exactly where the I am. And you know what? That's going to be totally fine. Totally fine. I don't care. Hunt me. It's fine. It's a hardcore server, bro. Exactly. It's a hardcore server, man. You can't bitch about PvP on Arsha. You can't bitch about PvP on a hardcore server. What? Whose benefit? To whose benefit is this? Is just discouraging PvP in a game mode that is supposed to be all PvP. God, dude, these devs are crazy, man. Like, why am I the only voice of reason?
Penalty is applied to your survival.
Oh my god. Like, imagine trying to compete for top points place. You can't attack or kill people. Are you supposed to just run? True. If you're the rank 1 player on the server, you're just running around. That is the gameplay for the rank 1 player who has worked really hard to get to rank 1. He actually PvPs less than everyone else does. The higher you get, the less PvP you actually get. What a horrible mechanic. Brilliant insight, chat. Excellent insight. The higher you actually rank on the hardcore server, the less PvP that you guys actually get. That's insane, bro.
Survival points.
What if you're caught in the cloud zone with a bunch of low point players? True. True. You're looking around, they're all just infants and toddlers around you. You're like Anakin in the throne room. You know what I mean? All the young, but Master Annie, there are too many. And then the zone like closes in and you're like, I'm so sorry. It's not you, it's me. And you just start running them down and you just lose all of your points. Like what is even the point, dude? Like, I don't.
Once you've reached the points you're aiming for, it's time to hand them in. You can turn in the points you've earned by offering them to the mysterious light, or through the randomly spawned light of offering. On the hardcore server, you play with exclusive gear which can be obtained directly from monster kills.
Hey mom, can we have Grunil? No, we have Grunil at home.
Or can be purchased from NPCs in each sanctuary.
Wait, what? Why? Wait, the numbers are different? Wait, why would you make the number different? I don't. So you're telling me that the devs have created yet another set of capped gear that you now have to relearn. We couldn't just use the AOS gear. We couldn't just use, like, literally the gear, like, try Grunil stats, right? Like 120 AP or something, right? We couldn't use any of that. We have to make up this whole new system that now all of us have to get used to again. Now we all have to learn, what is 529 AP? Who knows? The number is meaningless until you actually play with it. Like, what in the is that?
Directly from.
Why would you come up, dude? I know that Divios and Choice gave them this feedback in their Google Doc, and I've given them this feedback. Everyone's given them this feedback. You have too many capped game modes, or you have too many different types of capped gear in BDO. Okay, there's AOS. Capped Node Wars. There's Balanos caps is completely different. There's honestly it's like a million different caps, a million different types of cap gear, and they've kind of tried to tone it down, but now they've introduced yet another one. Yet another cap has been introduced to the game. This is so bad. Like, dude, they could have just used AOS gear and then adjusted the mob's difficulty. How hard would that have been? You know what I mean? It probably would have been taken less time. Like, on God, it would have taken less time.
Monster kills, or can be purchased from NPCs
Most people
in each
like
sanctuary
AOS.
by spending hardcore server coins, earned from selling junk and gear. However, if your character dies, there's a chance that all your gear's durability will be reduced to 0.
Man. You really cannot make this shit up. You actually, like, this is unbelievable. This is insane. Another L. Do you guys know what I love in PvP? The thing that I love the most in PvP? RNG. That's right. RNG is my favorite. Don't we love resistances, guys? We love introducing RNG to a hardcore server that is supposed to literally indicate how strong you are as a player in PvP on a given class. And you're going to introduce an RNG death mechanic where your literal gear just dies. Your gear, you have to go buy new gear, but only like 50% of the time. No problem. No problem. I love RNG and PvP. I think it makes it a fun game mode. What a joke, bro. What, like, dude, I don't understand. They had such a good foundation for these servers. It was such a good foundation. I don't, like, dude, every time I learn more about it, it gets worse. Like, dude, when it was vague before, it was like, oh yeah, here's like the general idea. I was like, let's go, oh, okay, you know, like the more they tell, I was like, okay, and then the more they explained on it, they're like, oh yeah, you can only play 4 classes. Oh yeah, there's RNG when you die about whether or not you lose your gear. Oh yeah, there's basically a karma system that discourages PvP on an unrestrained, battle-hardened PvP server. Dude, it's just L after L after L. And the game mode, the funny thing is, I actually think that the game mode would be quite popular if they allowed all of the classes in the game to be played. And then, like, again, that's really it. Like, allow all the classes in the game to be played. Don't introduce RNG like this, and don't discourage PvP just because someone's points are low. Just decrease the amount of points they get for killing that player. Like, they don't need to introduce a mechanic that punishes a player for PvPing. That doesn't make any sense. Like, this penalty bullshit. We're at 241. This right here. This right here. Instead of this, just only give them like 1 or 2 points for killing a player with 20% of your survival points. Right? And then if they kill a player with equal survival points, they get like way more points. Right? That's all it was. Like, you're not necessarily punishing them for hitting that player. This sounds like, oh, we want new players to participate. So it's like, no, bro, it's called a hardcore server. If a new player wants to participate, then they should understand it's a hardcore server. You're going to get PvP'd, and you're going to lose a lot. Newsflash, I'm a veteran. I will lose a lot. Even if Dark Knight was in the game mode, I'm going to get farmed. Okay? But I'm okay with that because I knew what I signed up for going into it. I'm sorry. Like, where did I say we were at before? Right here.
Crucial part of the hardcore server. A unique aspect is the specialized gear, which can be found by hunting monsters that have a chance to drop items with special stats.
RNG. Hey.
These items are much more powerful.
Honestly, this is fine. Read the top. Extra human damage. Extra. Oh, wait. Wait, so like the gear that you get is just objectively just like the best shit in the entire world? Bro. Oh, God. Oh, man. I'm eating good today. Okay, so this is also terrible. Mainly because essentially what's going to happen is the gap between the players that have this gear and the players that don't have this gear is going to be tremendous. So instead of having skill expression be the difference between whether a player wins or loses in a matchup, you're going to end up having it be the fact that one guy just has all of the yellow gear. That doesn't sound fun, right? Like, bro, if I was in the middle of a Naraka Blade Point game, here's the thing about, like Naraka is another one of these battle royale games, and that's kind of what you're dealing with in a mode like this. If I get a yellow weapon, I can still die to somebody that has a white or a blue weapon. I do slightly more damage, but like, you can still die, like, for sure. It's no question, right? But I'll be honest, knowing our developers, there is no shot. Well, watch this gear be like tremendously stronger. I don't know how good this is actually going to be, but I do not trust their ability to actually balance this in a way that allows a brand new hardcore player to fight a player that has a full set of this gear and actually win.
Powerful, increasing stats such as...
Actually, that won't ever have to happen, because if they kill you, you're like, haha, you killed me, so you lose points, idiot. What the actually true. It's fine, because you can't kill anyone anyway, because you have more points than them. Sweet.
Extra human damage or extra monster damage.
That just got an outfit, bro.
On the hardcore server, you earn survival points by fighting monsters and other adventurers. So, it's very important to make situational decisions based on your gear and where you are. If you're lucky enough to have bonus human damage gear, you'll earn far more survivability points from fighting adventurers than.
Okay, yeah. So not only do you do more damage to them, you also gain more points when you kill other players than other players. Bro. Bro, this is nuts. This is actually insane. Dude, what are we talking about? Even in Fortnite, you kill another player, a kill is a kill. You get one kill. Regardless of what gear you have, you get it. You get one kill, right? In this game mode, each kill is not created equal. Now you have somebody that has all of the human damage gear because they got lucky, right? And they grinded for a long time on the server, or they just got lucky and have it all, and they're getting more points per kill than you are. Oh my god.
Have bonus monster damage gear. You'll be able to hunt in monster zones with much higher recommended stats.
So Scott, shut the f up.
If you don't have the gear, it's important to defeat monsters that match your recommended attack and defense to ensure earning both quest points and survival points. Since the gear you earn today.
What rotation is he doing? So the monsters are in different spots on this server too?
Earning both quest points and survival points.
Imagine having a full PvE build on a hardcore PvP server. I think they've really f***ed this up. I think that they have f***ed this up, bro. They claimed unique monsters. Those aren't unique monsters. Those are Gaha's bandits, homie. Like, you can't fool me. I've been around too long, man. Those aren't unique, bro. I know a reused asset when I see them. Okay. This PvE game, like, we're going to turn a hardcore PvP game mode for PvPers into a PvE grind that discourages PvP. I can't even believe it. Every moment of this video, the longer it goes on, the stock in the hardcore server is just declining. The more I learn about it, the less I want to do it.
Since the gear you earn today can be used on the hardcore server tomorrow, you can also strategize to farm gear today and fight adventurers tomorrow. However, there are a lot of variables on the hardcore server.
Oh, is there any limitation on joining the hardcore server on your main account? Does anyone know? Anyone can make a hardcore character? I'm pretty sure they haven't really said anything. So my guess is that anyone can make a hardcore character. I can't wait for anyone. I'm not going to say who, but we'll call them Feptunes for just anonymity's sake, or anyone else like this, to make an alt account and deliberately go in, tank the points, and then run around and grief everyone else's points on the server. That will be fun. I am super excited. I cannot wait. Mainly because, again, they introduced a punishment for PvP guys. They legitimately have actually introduced a problem to their game mode where players can literally join on an alt account, deliberately grief their points to like 20%, and then find a player and force that, like, basically while they're fighting another player, just get one shot. And then boom, minus 30% points. You can literally keep someone else from gaining points. And they've constructed this out of nowhere. This wouldn't be a thing. This wouldn't even be a problem that they would have to deal with if they hadn't made a punishment for killing other players on a server that is literally titled hardcore. In their own words, 359, in their own words, I'm sorry, engage in unrestrained, glorious combat, but only with people who are relatively close to you in gear score. Everyone else is here to grief you. All right. Excellent. Super excited. Let's hear what the next riveting aspect of this video is. Wait, what the? Dude, what are these numbers, dude? What are these numbers? I know. I know. We already have a great capped game mode. We have a phenomenal capped game mode that everyone agrees is super fun, has the correct balance in it with all of the correct gear. Let's not use that. Let's make up a whole new set of gear that we now have to completely balance around in a totally different way. And players have to completely relearn what the stats actually mean. Why use existing numbers? Oh, God, that would be stupid. Time savers. What are we talking about, bro? The one shots will be real. Something tells me that 631 AP is not 631 AP on this server. That's what you guys don't understand. This is probably equivalent to like 120, 130 AP. And the DP is probably like 270, 260, right? But they couldn't just do that. They had to make up some random new number. So excited about that. Can't wait to figure that shit out.
They can be used on the hardcore server tomorrow.
Like, dude, it just makes the system really unfamiliar for players. So even for like a new player that's trying to learn the game for the first time, now they have to come in and learn a whole new gear system. Like, bro, they just watched the Blue Squadron gear guide. Shameless shout out. Shameless plug. They just watched the Blue Squadron gear guide. They're finally starting to tackle where they're supposed to go with their gear wheel and what the numbers actually mean. They're making sense of the board with all the fucking yarn on it, right? And now they have to relearn yet another. They're like, okay, now, okay, AOS is this whole other. Okay, so AOS has different gear too. So I have to learn what those numbers mean. Oh, wait. So cap node wars have different number. Okay, so cap node wars are different than AOS, which is different than normal gear. Okay, and then wait, Balanos Siege is different too? Oh, okay, so Balanos Siege is different than Capped Siege is different than... Wait, there's Capped Siege too? Wait, there's two different caps for Siege? Oh, shit. Okay, so Balanos Siege is different than Capped Siege, is different than Capped PvP and Node Wars, is different than AOS, and is different than the hardcore server. What in the f*** are you guys doing? Stop making everything different, morons. Just make it AOS gear. It's not hard. And then you can introduce like the yellow AOS gear, right? That should be the only new aspect of it. And then you can just adjust the mobs in difficulty based on what the gear is. It's not that hard. It would save development time and it would save player like thought process. Now we all have to learn what the 631 AP means. What's up, crowd? I love you, buddy. As always, the contents of equipment used never reflect the reality of the open world game. Yep. So if you, like, for example, if you play on the Global Lab server, I love farming clips on the Global Lab server. It's my favorite thing to do. Caught. New class comes out, hop on Global Labs, use the 100%, use the skill, one-shot somebody. Guys, the new class damage is busted. The thumbnail goes crazy. You're just... Okay, I'm farming. I'm just farming you. I'm sorry, but I'm farming you guys. It's literally free, okay? Because nothing on Global Labs is at all close to what the actual servers look like in terms of overall damage on a skill. The closest thing that you can get is be like, okay, so that skill does a lot of damage because it's one-shotting people on Global Labs. How much damage that skill actually does, we have no idea because the numbers don't mean anything. Okay, you have no idea what the f anything means, right? Like it just doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, there's Magnus gear too. That's always fun. Anyway.
You can also strategize to farm gear today and fight adventurers tomorrow. However,
only if they're within 80% of your point score, though.
There are a lot of variables on the hardcore server. There are bosses like Leighton and Puterin that appear at regular intervals and drop great items when hunted. Special raids from shrouded warriors, monsters like those...
Don't say the word raid, I'm already pissed.
Found in the Pit of the Undying, which reward you with unique items. Wandering merchants that can be found in some monster zones can make it easier to purchase items. And the Dark Fog, a battle royale-like area that appears when a certain number of adventurers are traveling or gathered in close...
Again, somebody brought up a great point in chat earlier. I can't wait for the moment that the rank 1 player is just running around looking for PvP and gets caught in an arena with a bunch of players that if he kills them, he loses points. Oh! That's what that's what I want it to be like. That's what I want it to be like, bro. I want it to literally be Anakin in the throne room. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. When the zone closes in, the rank 1 guy is in the is in there with all of you, you should low-key all be like, oh shit, we're gonna die here. Like, bro, that should be how it is, man. Like, oh god.
Close proximity. As an adventurer, you'll
Like, instead, this would be like if Anakin killed a youngling and then suddenly he lost an arm, which is not possible in the movie because he already doesn't have any.
need to survive
Well, technically, he's got one, but
in the hardcore server through any means necessary
he couldn't lose a leg either.
to gain as many points as possible and offer them to secure them for the day. When you convert your points, Hardcore Honor will be added to your Manage Currency UI. With the Hardcore Honor, you can obtain high-level advice of
I don't know how hard the honor is actually to get, but something tells me these numbers are way too high.
Valks, Cron Stones, weapon exchange coupons, and more. You
It's like 20,000. So 10,000 for a 200 stack. So you can have like 12 base demos or a 200 stack.
currency UI. With the Hardcore Honor, you can obtain high-level advice of Valks,
I think there should be once per family quests for like 80,000 honor that give you a pen demo. I think that would encourage players to do it and actually like play it. Well, although I'll be honest with you, there's enough problems with this game mode that no one's going to do it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But like, assuming that they didn't have like a dog shit game mode, or they didn't take the good game mode that they've designed and turn it into complete dog shit with the rules because they're I actually think that would be fun.
Cron Stones, weapon
10k is the cap, I believe.
exchange coupons, and
Well, there's
more.
20k is
You
one of
can
the rewards,
also
so that's
exchange
not
them
right.
for hardcore gold bar boxes without limit. We hope this overview helped you gain a better understanding of the hardcore server. Thank you for watching.
Let's see the like ratio on the video, and let's play my favorite part again. Shall we? Keep in mind, you can't blame this on the Blue Squadron community. Because people have done that in the past. Oh, Blue just came in. They downvoted the video out. Crazy. I hadn't even watched the video yet. It's already just that bad. It's it's so bad. I can't wait to play my Sage. Oh, wait. Oh, I love you guys. Oh, you guys are so good. I'm thrilled to get my DK into this. Oh, wait. It's funny every time. It's funny every time. I hope PA reads this, but unlock the classes. We all play our main class for a reason. True. Extra human damage and extra human damage and probably extra human damage. Got it. Okay. Yep. Oh, wait. They responded to one of the comments. Thank you for pointing that out. The second one should have been extra monster damage. Wait, what? Wait, did they f up the... Did they fuck up like the...
If you're lucky enough to have bonus human damage gear, you'll earn the ability hunting monsters. If you have bonus monster damage gear, you'll be able to hunt in monster zones with much higher recommendation.
I don't know. They must have fixed it already. They had one L before the video, now there's like 5 L's. Dude, true. The only gripe I had with hardcore servers before Onlave went and explained it to me was the fact that they had a bunch of like that you can't play your classes. Right? You can't play the class that you want to play. And now there's like 6 problems with it. Now I'm like, bro, we really f***ed this up. Definitely a creative idea, but restricted classes to 1. Yup. I'm so hyped that Archer is an old class and is gonna, oh well. Bro, true, bro. Something fresh, we'll try it for sure. There's one of 6 Sork mains in the audience. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's see, that's weird. Oh, there's Llama. Wait, where'd Llama go? There he is. So just pray you get RNG carried with human damage and then roll everyone. That is the GM of Epidemic right there. One of the few active PvP guilds left. Interesting that none of the partners have commented at all. It's fine. I'll do it. I've got it. Don't worry, guys. I'll do it. Okay. So the more it's, don't worry. Now all you guys have to do is upvote it, and then they won't know that you've upvoted my comment. I'm about to literally just roll this comment section. Are we ready? When did this come out? 11 hours ago. All right. The more I hear about this, the worse it gets. I will lay out the points below. 1. Limiting players to only 4 of the... How many total classes are there in BDO now? 28, 29? Something like that? Like 28? 28. 37. Shut up, Jabs. Idiot. 30? I don't know. 29? Okay. I'm going to trust Crowley. The total 20... We have to give them feedback. And I'm going to try to do it in a reasonably constructive way. Is going to kill the game mode immediately for the vast super majority of players. Relatively well designed game mode. I think a lot of people were excited for, or to, in parentheses, or to at least try. Ruined by the fact they can't play their main class. The developers stated it was because... Hold on. This needs to be rolled. It's literally driving me nuts. Okay? I don't have OCD. You have OCD. Shut up. Okay. Okay, the developers stated it was because players won't have to understand how all of the classes work in order to compete. The simple fact of the matter is that when a player wants to engage in PvP, they don't mind so much. Well, when a player, how should I phrase this? When a player wants to engage in, what I'm trying to say is when a player wants to engage in PvP, they don't care that they don't know what any of the other classes do, so long as they know what their class does. They are most likely to engage on their chosen 90% of viewers won't read all that. My goat streamer. It's not for you, dumbass. This is for Pearl Abyss, so that the CMGM team can be like, look at how uploaded this comment is. This is our top comment on this video. You guys should listen to this feedback because a lot of people... This comment has more upvotes than our video does. That would be crazy. Okay. The simple fact of the matter is when a player wants to engage in PvP, they want to do it on the class they have spent thousands of hours already playing. Engaging, getting new players to engage in PvP on a class that they do not know against players that have been playing that class. Oh, damn it, bro. No, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. This point needs to be very clear to them. When a player wants to engage in PvP, they want to do it on a class they spent thousands of hours of already playing. I got it. Okay. They may not know what the other 27 classes or 28 classes in the game do, but they are willing to try because they feel they know their class that well. You cannot expect new players to try a brand new class in an arena with other players who have been playing that same class for 7 years. 7 to 10 years. Guys, it has to be an essay. That's why I'm typing it out. So all you guys have to do is click the upvote button. That's it. Right? All right. Check what I said, brother. It's gone. A player's knowledge is already limited to their respective class, and even more so. Yeah, like the only I could count on one hand how many players actually know what every class in the game does, and all of their skills. Even veteran PvPers don't know every single class in the game, their cooldowns, and their skill rotations. However, PvP is still fun for these players because all engagements are different and interactive. Players need to be able to enter this game mode on any class that they choose. Otherwise, it is DOA. Okay. I think that's fine. Okay. What was the next problem? There were so many in this video. Morons. 2 hours of playtime. Nobody cares. Sudden quests. Oh, here we go. Daily quests. Daily quests are a great way to destroy the game mode and make it like a chore for adventurers who would otherwise find the content fun. Just run the game mode with no daily quests and up the overall rewards of the mobs and playing to compensate. Like, no one wants to feel obligated to do dailies every single day or even every few days. It kills the spirit of the game mode and the spirit, and goes against the spirit of Black Desert Online as a foundation. Okay, next. Not enough boobs. I'll say like the boobs are probably fine. Survival points. Oh yeah, the penalty. Penalty is absolutely dumb. I gotta be reasonable about it. Otherwise, they won't take the feedback. Penalty is absolutely the wrong way to go. Punishing players on a server, punishing players for PvP on a server that is, and I quote, what was the, what? Here we go. Unrestrained, glorious combat. Is a huge L. It discourages PvP on a PvP hardcore server. This would be like adding a karma penalty on Arsha for players that are significantly lower gear score than you. It doesn't make sense. Instead, because I have to give them an option, you can just lower the amount of points you get for killing a player with lower points than you. Encourage players to kill other players that have similar or higher points than them with bonus point rewards. Like, remove if so I want to speak more on this. So before I put this, I should say Okay, so this point should be last. And before I put this, I should say this system will mean that the more you PvP and the higher rank, that will mean that the higher rank you are on the server, the less PvP you will actually be able to participate in. This is against the spirit of the game mode, and again, destroys it for a lot of players. Okay, I think that's fair, right? And then here's the suggestion that they could do instead. And then we move on to the next point because there are so many. For RNG, losing gear on death is not fun. No one wants RNG involved when it comes to PvP. We saw this with resistances and various other examples in the past. RNG is just not a super fun element when losing gear on a hardcore server. Allowing you resist still in the game. Yeah, I know. They said they were going to remove it though. Soon, TN. Allowing you to get special upgraded gear is like okay. So long as players can still compete without that gear. Okay. But see the point below for that. Having an all PvE gear set up on a hardcore PvP unrestrained glorious combat server is a little obnoxious. Okay, yeah, like this is a little obnoxious, dude. Like allowing people to compete for resources and find gear that increases their ability to PvP is one thing. But what it looks like is you are trying to allow all PvE focused players to come in and enjoy the hardcore servers without PvPing at all. This gear, coupled with the penalty, just makes it look like this is once again not a PvP game mode, but rather Perlibus trying to appeal to more players. Am I rambling too much with this? So again, the gear, so what I'm trying to say, guys, is that the gear and the penalty, between the gear and the penalty, basically it looks like Perlibus is trying to appeal to only PvEers on a game mode that is supposed to be for PvPers. This game mode will never appeal to PvE players. It was supposed to be designed for players looking to engage in PvP. The focus of the gear progression should remain on PvP. Okay? Otherwise, you are discouraging PvP and player interaction. Instead, what you will see are players just PvE grinding and not trying to engage in PvP whatsoever, which is against the spirit of the game mode. Okay, I'm done. I am essaying. Shut up. That comment's never gonna fit on my phone. Yeah, but the thumbs up will, dumbass. Okay, guys, you guys should be thanking me. You're welcome, by the way. Okay, none of the rest of y'all want to type this shit out. Okay, honestly, you know what I could do? I could just say, okay, that's all I would do, bro. Like straight up, like God. Instead, I'm actually taking the time to type this out because I do think that this game mode has potential. Okay? It does. Keep calling me a see if you get Twitch partner Bozo. This account is not going to be Twitch partner. It's not even going to be an affiliate. Idiot. It's ad free. This is not, I'm not monetizing this channel. This channel is not for monetization. My other channel is monetized. Okay? This channel is not, and for good reason. Like, I'm not gonna like having people sub to me on 2 channels would just be greedy. That's not what this channel's about. Okay, so this is fine. This is fine. Hardcore server points. Okay, the exchange. Okay, exchange points seem really bad for rewards. Just doesn't seem like a whole lot of great rewards for the time invested. Yeah, there are some big fail stacks, but I don't think adventurers really care too much about that. There should be better rewards. Okay. All right, so I'm going to change. Okay, so I'm going to change this. I do believe this game mode has potential. It's in the hope that the feedback will get through. Again, I do believe that this game mode has potential, so I'm going to state my 2 cents that the feedback potentially gets through. You have taken a game mode that has a lot of potential for fun and basically made the content dead on arrival. For the points, I will list below. Okay. All right. There it is. Okie dokie. Here's the video here. If you disagree with me, respond to it with a reply or downvote it or whatever. Okay. If you agree with me, upvote it. And again, I encourage you to upvote the video if you think that all of these things are good. And if you think that they're bad and that they're making the game mode worse, then you downvote the video. Because that's the only way that Perlibus will actually see and actually change shit for us. I think that the video was a complete disaster, almost start to finish. The more he explained, the worse it got. And again, that's why I tried to type it all out so that all of you guys would not have to do it for you. Like, wouldn't have to do it. Okay? First, don't do that, because then it looks like I sent... Again, I'm not trying to send you guys to all go upvote the comment. If you disagree with me, say that you disagree with me. And explain what parts you disagree with and what parts you agree with. This is the only thing, like, if you try to troll this, they're not going to listen to the advice. Plain and simple. This is not a thank nice situation, guys. If you troll this, they're not going to listen to this at all. You need to, like, again, speak with your likes, speak with your dislikes, speak with your replies, and be genuine about it. Otherwise, this game mode is dead on arrival and nobody's going to care. It's just going to be ass. Okay? I don't see the comment? Bullshit.
Hello everyone, I'm
Are you serious? It's right there. You guys can't see my comment? Did they hide my comments? No way. They hid my comments. There is no shot.
Hello everyone.
Oh my god. They hid my comments on their channel. You absolute baboons. There is no shot.
Hello everyone,
It's not there. I can't see it either. So if you guys didn't know, on your main channel, like on my channel, when people comment things that are like really nasty, I can basically make it so that their comments are hidden, and all future comments on my videos, they can't see that other people can't see their comments. I think that they've done it. I think that that's what they've done to me here, because they don't want me. They don't want me commenting on their video. Are you
hello
kidding
everyone,
me?
I'm CMN.
Okay. Blue Shadowbanned? Look, I could be wrong. Here's how we're going to find out. All right, chat. Here we go.
Baldy and Chat spent the next hour trying to figure out why his feedback wasn't being posted. Turns out the Black Desert YouTube channel had the word hardcore, auto-blocking every comment that contained that phrase and numerous others. On a video about hardcore servers. Whoops. Don't worry, Pearl Abyss, I'll summarize the comment so it will get through to Big J. 1. 제한된 클래스는 플레이어 관심 감소. 2. 일일 퀘스트는 게임을 의무처럼 만듦. 3. PVP 페널티는 참여를 저해함. 4. RNG 장비 손실은 불쾌함. 5. PVE 장비는 PVP 초점을 방해함. 6. 포인트 보상은 매력적이지 않음.